TNA announced last week that their main weekly TV show, Impact, would be moving from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Oh my god, it's over.
Still on Fridays, but slightly later in the afternoon.
Is slightly later seems better than 3.
Yeah, this is a very, very mild improvement because more kids are home. A few people will be home from work early. So you have like a slightly better chance of having a slightly larger audience.
Yeah, I think that's good. That's a good sign.
Yeah, the better news here is they've also added a Saturday night midnight replay, which I think is more likely when you'll get adults watching. So the 4 p.m. is the kids and teenagers time, and the Saturday night at midnight is the adults watching late at night time.
Yeah.
And these were in the days where you couldn't just go to certain websites and watch it easily.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No one would ever do that. I remember you probably download like episodes of Impact on like LimeWire, couldn't you?
I'm sure you could.
It would take like 7 months on your 2004 internet connection, but
It'd take 7 months on my 2022 Australian internet connection.
So Saturday is like a more traditional wrestling time slot. There's been a lot of late night wrestling in back in the day, and then 4 p.m. is it's still kind of a death time slot. But listen, it's slightly better.
I do think like there is something to that idea of you might be catching some like younger kids after they're coming home from school though. That might be there is a non-negligible bonus to that, I think, because that also, and as we've seen, like, you know, with people that were like, you know, our age when we got into wrestling and stuff, that does also create a run of long life fans versus people who may just watch it and then never revisit it ever again. You catch like a group of people in that time zone at that age, then you're pretty likely to keep them around as returning viewers.
This is where you watched Naruto, isn't it?
No, that was 10 p.m.
Oh, that's prime time post Watershed programming then.
Well, let me tell you. Well, let me tell you the reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
I actually do think that time schedule was beneficial because it made me feel like, oh, I shouldn't be watching this.
Oh, it's too edgy.
Yeah, I was like, well, there's blood in this in a cartoon. I've never seen that, and it's like, oh, 10 p.m. That's like double digits at night. I shouldn't be up. I gotta go to bed. But oh, look, this kid's turned into a wolf. That's crazy. It's a fox. But you get my point.
Yeah, you do hear every time people talk about the Fox Sports Net era in particular. You'll always hear people talk about how they rushed home from school to catch the latest episode of Impact. And this makes it a little easier. It's 4 p.m. so you can go home, you can do your homework, you won't have your parents on your back, and you can watch your pretty solid but unremarkable episode of TNA Impact.
You can watch someone throw a table on Jeff Hardy for like 12 seconds at the end of the show.
Yeah, and then that's never followed up on for reasons. Like, part of the reason the pay-per-view build feels a little all over the place this month is there is at least 3 of the matches that end up either not happening or having to be changed in some capacity because of backstage turmoil.
I was going to say, by the way, I gave you like the perfect segue then.
Indeed. We're still on Impact, by the way. There's a Dixie quote. I can't leave that behind.
I know, I'm just saying, like, that was unintentional. I didn't know that the Abyss story was the next story, but that was like, you know, out of the park.
Give me the Dixie quote, pal.
I don't know if I want to do it anymore.
No, you can't back off the Dixie. The fans want the Dixie. You're like a person that has one song. Someone shout and play Wonderwall at you.
And I'm like, no.
Does Oasis have one song?
Yeah, you know, Oasis, that little band with their one
famous
song.
one-hit wonder Oasis.
Yeah, their one song, Champagne Supernova. I can't do it.
No, do your Dixie.
By changing the time slot of Impact to 4 p.m. and adding a Saturday night replay, we will expose the program to a much larger audience. Says Tudor, President Dixie Carter. Impact's move to 4 p.m. I'm turning you into a witch. Increases the number of potential viewers, and wrestling on Saturday nights has historically proven to be a rating success.
George Greenberg, FSN Executive Vice President of Programming and Production, states, TNA Wrestling has a pleasant rating surprise for us at FSN. We hope with additional exposure, wrestling fans will have more opportunity to enjoy TNA's athletic and entertaining presentation. There you go.
Follow me on Twitter. Me, Liam, at the Cleat Mooter.
So Impact, slightly better time slot with a replay. By the way, you might be asking, well, they're paying for all of this. Are they paying more for any of this? No. So it's all kind of beneficial without any extra cost here.
They say, like, I don't know, you can't get mad at this. Even if it's like a tiny boost, it is a boost.
Yeah, they're getting a free replay and a free, slightly better time slot. While they're still paying overall for the time slot, they're still giving FSN money, but not more money for this.
So, now that that's wrapped up, I'm done with this section. I am very excited about this next news story. Because I feel like, for me, this story was always like an urban legend. Like, it was something that was like bandied about, but like I never had really read anything about it from the time period. So I'm very interested in learning about this.